probably worked on that dance for 6 months before the competition, and then you do the same routine at every competition you attend. We did a different one every week. Nobody ever did what we did. We did 637 numbers.
Virtual reality.
Abby Lee Miller, Danny and I are so excited to have you in studio today. You are truly reality TV royalty. Thank you so much for making the time.
Well, thank you for having me. I enjoy being here. I love stuff like this.
Oh, and we genuinely mean thank you for making the time, because you're one of the busiest women around. Like, you have 9,000 things going on.
I do.
Yes.
And I don't have a job.
How is that how?
I feel like I'm the busiest person without a job.
But I love it. Look, that's a job in itself. You have season 2 of Madhouse out right now, which is so exciting, so fun. Tell us about season 2 and how it differs from season 1, maybe.
Well, I don't know if it really differs. It's just more. And in season 1, I had to call a lot of favors in because we were just getting it off the ground. It was my idea. Mad is music, acting, dance. And I live in a house with these 18 to 24-year-old budding artists, if you will.
Yeah.
I don't know how budding they are. And they're trying to make it in the world in LA to be dancers and singers and actors, and they're failing miserably.
How do you feel about now with social media, so many people think they're automatically stars and they're doing stuff with maybe not the skill set to really come into that? What is your take on all these?
I think TikTok started that.
Yeah.
You know, with people dancing like this, and they thought, I'm a dancer, right? No. And I don't know when that world is going to turn around again, and when you really need the talent to back it up. And then there's so many people now singing, and look, I made 2 #1 hit records with 2 kids. They went to #1 on iTunes in America and the UK and Australia, like that, with 2 kids that couldn't sing. So there's a lot of that happening now, right?
Yeah. How would you compare the pool of talent on Madhouse to the pool of talent you had at your disposal when you were filming Dance Moms? Do you feel like the kids on Dance Moms had more natural talent than the kids do today? Like,
did you just say that?
I'm just honestly curious.
No, they sat in a chair just like this next to their mommies, and they went.
But then once they got on the dance floor in front of Abby Lee Miller.
No, that was the kids on the show. The original kids never auditioned for the show. You know that?
I see. Yes.
They just sat in a chair.
Right.
And smiled. They were cute. They were adorable children, lovely children. Just really not able to do a new dance every week. That was the problem.
A few of the girls could.
Yeah. They came in early and learned it ahead of time.
Wait, that's so funny. Yeah, because that has been going viral on social media. Apparently, Maddie's extra practice time. Were you surprised that the Dance Moms fandom at large never picked up on that? Because now it makes so much sense that she, of course, got in more
I don't know why they never picked up on it. I just think it wasn't a thing, and now it is. But why didn't the other mothers just do it too? Like, it's so stupid to me. Right. You know, but you had one that wasn't allowed to miss school. You had one that mother worked at the school, so they had their own things. You know, a dad looked at me and said, "This dance stuff is nonsensical," and now he lives in a house that dance stuff built.
That's the funny thing where they laugh at it until you're like, oh, it's actually very profitable if you're very good and put in the work to do it.
Well, no, they got lucky. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
And social media was just starting, so it just exploded. And, you know, they're all doing well. They're all thriving. They're all multimillionaires, so.
It's also funny, too, with social media. Everybody thinks they're a star, but also everybody thinks they're a skilled critic about dancing. Like, what are your, and I know you have spoken on this before, so I'm wondering if your thoughts, because a lot of people, when the Eras Tour was going on, was laughing at Taylor Swift's maybe lack thereof coordination. Has that grown? Has she progressed?
No, she changed choreographers.
Oh.
So I think that Mandy Moore, who is a genius, I think that she was so much more intelligent to have Taylor kind of stand and do her own thing and let the other dancers be working in couples or trios and this and that around her, rather than a whole big group of dancers and Taylor doing the same choreography. That's where you know, they got into trouble before, because I used to judge the, well, I still do. I hope after I say this, I still do. the Emmy Awards because I'm part of the Television Academy. So, and I'm in the choreography peer group. So I get to judge for the selection of the nominees, right? And then after they're nominated, everyone votes. Okay, so I just think it's hard because you're trying to judge the choreography, but you're looking at her not doing it correctly, being a beat behind, turning in her feet, all that. So it's hard to judge what the choreography was, right? And I think it's smarter now. But yeah, I found it very difficult to watch the movie.
Mandy Taylor to Taylor, I guess. Now, while Taylor's still doing her Taylor Swift thing.
Taylor, and I think when she was a little girl, she was like hunched over that guitar, and she was writing music, and she was creating music, and she was working on her voice. So her mom and dad weren't doing the dancing school lessons when she was a little kid. That wasn't important.
And especially starting out as a country artist. Like, country artists aren't really dance.
No, she's not doing pop dance, no.
Yeah.
Well, guess who is doing pop dance is Tate McRae. And I don't know if you've seen.
I got a story.
But, you have,
I can't tell it. It's,
Wait,
Yes,
no,
you can!
Yes, you can. Abby, please
Yes,
tell the
you
Tate McRae story.
can.
Please, we're begging you. Just tell it.
I think it's for my podcast.
Oh, no, but let it
okay.
be for our-
Or my YouTube channel.
Will you tease it? Will you tease it a little bit?
Let's just say I got to a photo shoot that was for a big dancewear company. And they had a collab with Maddie and another kid. And I was there to sit in behind the camera man to make sure Maddie was getting the shot and to create some of the poses because that's how we always worked.
Right.
I was behind the camera at the dance studio when we did our pictures at the end of every year, and Maddie would do the pose, and I go, nope, do it again. Nope, your front leg is out of line. Do it again. Oh, let's try that facing the other way. Or, oh, that's cute, Maddie. Yeah, do that. So I was there to do that. Melissa invited me, one of the only times, I think. And then, so we were there doing that, and I got there, and a child was already there, and her mother.
Oh.
And the mother just looked at me like scared to death.
Was she starstruck?
And I said, no, she wasn't starstruck. She was caught, busted.
Busted doing what?
Well, they had her daughter come in and do the poses ahead of time because they didn't think Maddie was, I guess, really that good of a dancer and couldn't really do it.
Stop. Okay.
Ballistic.
Well, because the thing is, from what we know via TikTok, is that I guess Tate McRae was out and about and around the same dance scene and the same dance circuit when you guys were competing on Dance Moms. There's a TikTok going around that I guess Maddie lost to Tate at one point during.
Probably. But you have to remember, we did dances in 2 days.
Right.
Right? And the kids weren't in class properly. I mean, Maddie was more than the others because she made it a priority to be in a class all the time. I just, Tate probably worked on that dance for 6 months before the competition. And then you do the same routine at every competition you attend. We did a different one every week. Nobody ever did what we did. We did 637 numbers.
So crazy.
And it's kind of interesting, too, comparing her to Taylor, where you said Taylor started so much in the singing, forgetting the dancing. It seems Tate really has jumped in being a dancer who's become a pop star. Are you tapped into her?
I think in the back of her mind, she probably always wanted to sing. I don't know her that well. I just know her to say hello. I just saw her at Craig's having dinner a couple weeks ago.
How was that? Because growing up as a dancer, she's probably excited to see you.
No.
No.
You don't think so?
No, she didn't even look at me. She had her nose in the air. But
Tate!
she
Maybe it was getting to Canada. It's trying to get north.
I don't know. I don't know. But her mother owned a dance studio, owns, I guess, still a dance studio. And she's doing great. And I think that it's great that she can whack her leg up there while she's doing. It shows that you have to do everything. You have to be a triple threat. She'll be acting next, probably.
Yeah. Well, I love that you were saying that you might share more of this story, the one with Tate at the photo shoot, on your podcast, which is absolutely thriving at the moment. I love how you've been able to reinvent yourself so many times since Dance Moms. What do you enjoy the most?
What do I have to reinvent myself? I feel like I'm the same person, but
you're doing so many different things, and it's
I didn't want to do the podcast. I fought it.
Okay.
Didn't want to do it.
But how are we feeling about it now?
I could listen to you talk for hours, so I don't know why you fought.
I talk for hours, so I'm glad you like it because, I just am sick of hearing my own voice, and those stories are old to me. I haven't told the world the stories, but to me, it's like I told them a million times.
So exciting for the listeners.
But my producer, Michael David, just pushed and pushed and pushed, and so now we're doing it, and now it's good.
I I feel like I want you to be the host of like 9,000 different shows. Like even like
Could you make that happen?
I would love to, because like even when you were
I
walking in,
want to
I'm
be
like,
on like the kids cooking show. So when they run out,
okay.
they see me and they're like horrified.
I was thinking I want you to be like replace like how like they did What Not to Wear, because I feel you were just giving fashion advice to everybody.
Want to do that?
You would be
Wait, that's the
incredible.
woman. That's
the
Joan
Stacey London.
Rivers.
Oh,
No.
that's Fashion Police.
But
Yeah.
you
But
would
you
also
could do
be
Fashion
great.
Police, yes.
What not to wear? The girl with the gray.
Yes.
Yeah, no gray for me.
Because you were giving your hair's great, but you were giving great advice and like good like compliments or critiques to everybody. Like we're in beige, not the best. Yeah.
Not gonna pop. Not gonna pop.
Yeah.
What is there a fashion trend you're seeing going on that you're like, why are people so stupid to do this?
Oh gosh, there's so many.
What's top of mind?
So many. The big wide jeans that are too short. They look like their mom shrunk their pants.
Okay.
Honey, I
okay.
Shrunk the Jeans.
And
yeah.
I have long legs, so I know about short pants. But you pull them down, or you buy them correctly. Okay, if you have a belt loop, you wear a belt. If you don't have a belt on, you take a seam ripper and you rip off the belt loops. Drives me crazy.
Now I know he's not wearing a belt right now.
I know, but I definitely have
Well,
belt loops.
jeans is a little.
Jeans is okay.
No, it's not okay.
Okay.
But it's
Correct,
just
correct.
it's their jeans, like their jeans.
Okay.
They're not falling down. However, a belt, and then some guys try to be cool and wear suspenders and a belt. You don't. It's one or the other.
A lot going on there.
Okay.
Right.
Good to know. All right.
Yes.
That's a hot take. I feel like you have so many hot takes. And thinking of hot takes,
We need to talk about one thing
When-
that's current.
Okay.
right now.
Oh.
Please let me know. I think we're on the
Margaret-
same wavelength.
Qualley.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Quayle.
Yes.
Quayle.
Yes.
Quayle.
Okay.
Margaret Quayle. So, little unknown fact here. I had her in class.
Okay.
I went to teach at a dance studio in Asheville, North Carolina. Michelle Lee's, I think it's Center Stage. Fabulous studio, amazing teacher. I did a guest class with a guy, a friend of mine, and she's in class.
How
Because
did
that's where she
she
trained.
How did she do?
Oh, she's gorgeous, fabulous. So when she danced on the Oscars,
Oscars, yes.
I was so thrilled that we got to see that side of her, that she's really a dancer.
I was confused because she was so good at that. When I saw that she was doing that with the James Bond, I was like, oh, I didn't know she trained.
Well, she can
I
thank
know
Abby
she's
Lee.
a dancer,
Impeccable.
ballerina, beautiful dancer, dancer.
So she was destined for stardom from a young age, you could tell.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh.
No, destined, yes. I don't think the mother was planning
Okay.
on pushing her into the industry.
Because she knows
Andy
the industry.
McDowell.
Yeah.
Because why would she name her Margaret?
We're not fans of the name Margaret.
For a young, beautiful, gorgeous, stunning girl who's an actress and a dancer.
She knew she had to overcome something. You know what I mean? Her life was going to be too good.
Well, I'm sure she's named after someone with that kind of a name, but we could have called her Meg or Maggie or.
Maggie's cute,
I love
yeah. You brought up Margaret, but I was actually going to bring up Wendy Williams, who you just posted about.
Yes,
And obviously you support we were in Free Britney, now we're in Free Wendy. She's under this guardianship, which is very controversial. Obviously you don't think she should be in the guardianship. Have you been able to be in touch with her? Like, what are your thoughts on the whole situation? It's so
I don't know,
sad.
maybe I should be in a guardianship. Yeah, I know, because I just shop and spend money like crazy.
Same.
But yeah, I just think that she's a grown woman, and when you take away those rights and those issues, you take away her life, her power, her success, her it's like when you lose your driver's license.
Yeah.
When you're too old to drive, that's hitting people below the belt. It's rough, and they're taking away her own independence. And it's already been taken so much because of the illness and the health and all the other issues. You take away that.
Have you been able to reach out to her at all? I know it's hard to.
I've tried.
Yeah.
I should try harder, yes.
Yeah, because it seems like she has a bit more autonomy than Britney Spears did in her situation, because she was able to set up that phone call with TMZ. It's interesting, like the levels of freedom that she has compared to Britney's situation.
Well, I think it's a little bit more about money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Right.
I think Britney had a lot more money to take
to
care of.
take. Yeah.
To take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And obviously she's gone through some health stuff. You've gone through some health stuff, and I know that because you also love to give back to the cancer community.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about what you're doing there?
I'm involved with an organization called Dancers Against Cancer. And when I was laying in a hospital recovering, JoJo Siwa walked in with a $10,000 check to hand me.
Wow.
It was touching, it was monumental, it was helpful, it was needed. And I just recently gave back, you'll see it televised or whatever, the $10,000 back. And now I'm working with them, trying to get the word out, trying to get more kids involved. You can buy merch, and there's different things you can do. But they're involved with the Kids Artistic Review competition. So at all those competitions around the country, they do a lot of fundraising, and it's great. Yeah. Then I'm also involved with Chef Bruno, and he has a company called, or a foundation called Katarina's Club, and he literally feeds, this is no lie, 5,000 kids a day in Los Angeles.
God.
They get the pasta,
incredible.
they get some kind of veggies, they get a salad, they get bread. I mean, it's insane. $5 can feed a family of 4.
That's amazing.
So if you have $5 in an old purse in the bottom of a purse, or in a coat pocket or something, you could feed a family of 4 with that. You can't even go to a fast food with that.
No.
Yeah. Wow.
But he can do it.
And that's again why, because your hand is in so many different things. That's why we're saying you are the busiest woman ever. And you're helping out and doing so much while keeping us entertained. So that's why we're really grateful that you stopped by and talked to us today.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Abby.
It's fun to be here. We're going to work on these sweaters.
All right, are you still craving a little more tea? Evan, tell them where to go.
Make sure to like and subscribe to Page 6 YouTube to check out all of our exclusive virtual reality interviews and more.